The gentleman is recognized.
I thank the chairman, and I thank you and Chairman Bishop for including ANWR, the Alaska National Wildlife Range, in the budget process. I'm looking forward to this, and with this legislation, we contribute money to solving some of our national debt. The small area of 1002 in the National Wildlife Range is an area of 2,000 acres, smaller than Dulles Airport. And potentially, though, we have a little over 20 billion barrels of oil. Think how much money that would bring to this Treasury immediately through the bidding process. This is an issue I've been working on for the last 45 years. It's time. We passed it once, it went to the Senate, and President Clinton vetoed it because it wouldn't help us with that embargo we had at that time. Now is the time to make sure this nation is independent totally. It won't happen overnight, but only Congress can do this. It is not a wilderness area. It was designated to be drilled at the behalf of the Congress for the good of the nation. It will reduce the debt. Again, I said I expect bids of about $10 to $20 billion just to have the right to drill. And with the new royalties that are coming down from the Secretary of Interior, we will have not only a large amount going into the Treasury, we will have about 776,000 new jobs created by the discovery of this oil. We've already seen what we've been able to do in other states by fracking and becoming more energy independent and how it controls the OPEC nations. But this is the area which oil has been developed by God. It is only going to be available to the United States, and it's time that this Congress steps forth and brings this to the protection for the people. Now, we'll hear a lot from the other side of those in interest groups that have no knowledge at all about the area I'm talking about. We hear that the caribou herd will be affected. It's ironic, and Prudhoe Bay has produced 17 billion barrels of oil. When we started there was 5,000 caribou. And now we have about 31,000 caribou. So oil didn't disturb them. Oil is not evil. It is the necessity for this nation socially to create jobs and to make a healthier economy. So I'm asking my colleagues again to consider this legislation. It is necessary for this nation. It's necessary, very frankly, for the good of this Congress. And with $20 trillion in debt, I have yet to hear anything that's going to create new wealth. You can cut all you want to cut. I'll cut what I want to cut. But you have to create new wealth. You have to bring it into the fold of the general budget process and for the economy of this nation. Let's not keep putting our heads in the sand and saying, oh, we don't need to do this. It's not the time to do it. Now is the time, the good of the nation, and because we're in debt. I, again, Mr. Chairman, urge my colleagues to consider this in this budget. I compliment Mrs. Black and her work, her chairmanship on the budget. It's a very difficult process.
Gentleman's time has expired.
We have the time to do it. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I don't have any more time, so I'll yield back what I have.
The gentleman yields back. The gentleman